Well, hello there, my Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your Path of True Love reading for December-ish 2019, but it's timeless. Whenever you watch it is when you're supposed to see it. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. To the new people to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please do like and subscribe. Making my way slowly but surely to 1,000 subscribers so I can do super live chat and a lovely little ditty called Drunk Tarot. You'll see. To my returning subscribers, welcome back, and I apologize it took me so long to get this last one done for Aries. I started at Pisces, worked backwards. That's okay. For the next series I'm going to start with Aries and work through to Pisces, but had a lot going on. Actually have a new place that I'm going to be teaching and reading out of in Center Moriches, Long Island, New York. Very excited for that. So yesterday was pretty much set aside for that. And there's just a lot going on in my circle of friends right now with some illnesses and whatnot. So just a busy witch and busy friend all the way around, but really glad to be doing this. This is such a joy and such a creative outlet for me to help and serve thousands of people, most likely that I will never meet. So so thank you for following along. Let's talk a little. This is a general read, right? So check your other signs. I always do Sun, Moon, Rising as a foundation for any zodiacal reads. Anything outside of zodiacal reads, I don't think I include zodiac at all. But for anything relationship-oriented, of course, I add Venus, etc. You get the idea. So if it doesn't click, don't try and make it fit. Don't do the mental, emotional gymnastics unnecessary. It really is unnecessary because your body will tell you if it's your read or not, right? And if it hits you like a kick in the gut, it's for you. There's a piece of truth in it that you have some resistance to. We all do. We all have resistance to what we don't want to hear, obviously. Or you get that sort of like, oh my God, ding, 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 that sense of real resonance, right? But if it just kind of goes, meh, it's just not your reading. Go watch another sign, right? Go watch one of your other signs in you know what I mean, right? A Path of True Love read is about you. It is about your spiritual path through your relationships, your hero's journey, your healing path, because honestly, that's what all relationships are for. Relationships are the way we get our lessons delivered, right? Yes, it can be a relationship with your body. It can be a relationship with finances. But Path of True Love is about becoming the true love that we really are. I always come back to that quote by Angelo when they asked him how he sculpted the statue of the David, which I have a little mini one. That's not the original. The original one's huge. He's not so much though. They asked him how he created it. He said, "I did not create the David. God created the David. I chipped away the excess marble." So very similar. You can really look at yourself and say, well, the divine in me at my core, talk about unity, fifth dimensional unity consciousness, at the core I am divine. It's just about chipping away the excess marble. That's what the Path of True Love does. And that path of true love relationships, tricky as fuck, man, because these are the ones that really make you learn how to love yourself unconditionally. We're going to look at that in the next couple of series, the difference between a soulmate contract and a twin flame contract. Check some of the vids in the description box below clarifying that. But remember, this is about you and your path, so even if other people are indicated through court cards or you really resonate it with somebody else, that's fine, but it's still all about you. Isn't that nice, the holographic reality of it all? So cool. What else? Yeah, all the decks that I read are in the description box, as well as some links there for some classes that I did you can watch on demand. My ebooks are in there. Other than that, please just remember to breathe. That has been the most centrally helpful thing for going through a period of rough transition. It's not that I go through any more or less change and transition. It's just that I'm a mystic. So I feel it very deeply, and I know a lot of my Aries do too. It doesn't matter what your planetary signs are, where you are in your path, you're really feeling the transformation going on in the world and taking it very personally if you are empathic. So this time of year, I am a witch, right? Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Join the Circle Productions. I align myself with the cycles of nature, and we are in the death phase right now, right? Until Yule, winter solstice, where we will hit birth and the cycle of the sun starts over. So it is a time of great change. Rest, right? That's why it's so important that we rest, and yet what are we doing? Running around like crazy with holiday stuff, really the exact opposite of what nature is indicating for us to do if you are in this hemisphere, northern hemisphere, right? But what we can do is breathe. Give ourselves some breathing breaks. Find the stillness in as you breathe. And you will find that as you do that more and more, that everything that's happening is happening to make you better on a soul level. Really hard to see in the moment. Really hard to see in the moment. We need to pull back. We need to breathe. Inhale all the guidance, grace, and blessings from the divine for the self, and then to send those blessings out to everyone else, right? So it's total equal. We bring in for ourselves everything we need for that moment. We breathe out those blessings, and we're doing that anyway. It's just if we can be conscious about it, we're playing the game, and it's really part of our power. Talk about instant self-empowerment. So let's dive in. We're going to get your Path of True Love spread for December-ish. It is timeless whenever you're supposed to look at it. We are going to be doing a past, present, future timeline thingy, so you see how it clicks. Cool. Thank you so much. Take a deep breath. Here we go. Oh, my pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one Caroline Myss archetype card to represent the dominant soul power to be alchemized from lead to gold on the path of true love for this Aries collective. Sun, moon, rising, Venus sign on the path of true love. December-ish 2019, as well as timeless. Well, we've got the God archetype. Rock on. I mean, the shadow sign's a fucking nightmare, but that's how all archetypes are. The shadow, the hidden, the lead, the toxic, right? But the gold is magnificent. Let's start with the lead. Let's get the lead out. The shadow attribute, despotism and cruelty. You know what a despot is? A despot is like a tyrant, but worse. It's like a tyrant on crack, right? A despot. Despotism and cruelty. Using power to control people, right? Like, look, the gods play chess with our lives, absolutely, but we have free will. It's just the truth of it. Free will is not control, right? So yeah, the gods control, the masters, the angels, the higher powers, whatever you want to call them, control the divine plan, right? And it's a self-correcting divine plan. It's like it has its own immune system. So even if you do something that you think of as not in the divine plan, don't worry, it will self-correct you and eventually get you to what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. It's just how it rolls. Look up Appointment in Samara. It's a really good, rather ancient story. Yeah. So the shadow attribute of that, you know, this definitely is divine masculine. I mean, God archetype, there is a goddess card in this deck too for the divine feminine. So we're really looking at a divine masculine archetype. And if this is not you, don't worry, I'll get to the gold. But that could be a real kick in the stomach if you're like, well, I don't do that. I'm not cruel, right? I'm not using my power to control people. Then maybe it's not you. Maybe it is someone or something you are dealing with on the path of true love. Very, very possible. So now let's read the gold. Hopefully this will give you some insight as to what you can do to empower yourself. Otherwise, this card would not have shown up. Breathe. See what I mean? I have to breathe more consciously, otherwise I go so fast when the energy gets high. Light attribute, benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others, and that eternal force is life. It is the divine thread. It's not that we are all cut from the same cloth. There's only one cloth, and really there's only one thread. If you really go pure non-dualistic unity consciousness, all separation is a dream, is an illusion, but we are the one that has come into the drama of the many, right? So that we can experience this level of form. It's just now where we are in the timeline, and there are many timelines, but the timeline I'm currently in is about anchoring fifth dimensional unity consciousness, the truth, into physical form. by bringing our highest virtue into our actions, our choices, and our conduct, right? So this is why I use these archetype cards, so that we can get, oh yeah, here's the fear, the lead, where the world was coming from third dimension, and here is what we are shooting for, right? Here's what we're reaching for, the alchemy into gold, right? So compassion, and they're really tapping me on the shoulder here and say, pay attention to that. Recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others is fifth dimensional unity consciousness, and it's through the heart. Yes, the mind. Oh yes, well, we're all one. We're all one. The spiritual ego can take that and run with it and never heal, right? It is about opening the heart. It's an emotional thing, right? So that's why, like, if you're an empath, it's not just that you're picking up, you know, just what's around you. You might be feeling what's going on in the eternal transformation of life from lead to gold. Don't worry, we're going to clarify this archetype card, the lead with the problem suit, the womp womp cards from the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, Baby Love Pack, and we are going to use the other half of the deck, which is the suits of luck, healing, and grace, to clarify the gold. So let's start. My masters, please, you gave us a doozy with this collective archetype card here, so please, my masters, sweet, benign, powerful, you who've already played the game of life on planet Earth, please, one card in clarity to represent the lead here, the shadow attribute of this God archetype concerning this Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love. Please, what's connected to that? Mistake. No, it's funny, this card, mistake, it's a car that drove down a road, a lane that was blocked off, but the sign was clearly defined, don't fucking drive down there, and they do anyway, right? So the good thing about that is that if you are dealing with despotism and cruelty, using power to control yourself, you're being given a message from the Ascended Master saying, you just made a mistake. You can back out. You can back out. Mistakes, see, this is, okay, now they're giving me Course in Miracles. Of course they would. Why wouldn't the Ascended Masters? There's a difference between a sin and a mistake. A sin is a mistake that not even God can forgive, and that doesn't exist. It just does not exist. So there is no such thing as sin. I know. Concept. Read Course in Miracles. I didn't pull that out of my ass. That's in the Course in Miracles. But it says that there are errors, mistakes, and errors, mistakes, call them what you will, are made to be corrected. So for every error, there is a correction. And it is the divine within us that does that when we surrender to it and say, okay, you show me, please guide me, guide me, guide me. You got it? You with me? So let's clarify then. Let's get a piece of gold there for that benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. Please breathe. By the way, there's some construction people outside my house, like really close to my living room window, so they might be making some noise. I hope it does not come up on camera. It may distract me, because, you know, all of a sudden you see this head go by. I'm like, what the fuck? Witch walls up. Shields. Oh, breathe. My masters, here we go. Please, one card in clarity for the light attribute of this God archetype concerning this Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for December-ish 2019, although also timeless. Please, can you clarify that gold, that benevolence, that awareness of the eternal within all? Interesting. Luck. Now you got the luck card and the luck suit. So what it is this woman in a garden walking along, look at those pretty flowers, and out of nowhere, what does she find? She finds a sparkly brand new heart. She finds new love. She finds something as if by luck. Now I don't believe in luck. I mean, do I have luck spells and charms and amulets and all? Yeah, of course I fucking do. Well, technically it's a talisman, not a amulet. Amulets away is protection, talisman to ward. So if you're drawing something to you, right, you're drawing in luck. But this is the vibe on this is very, very clear. It's like, get that it's a mistake. if you're going into that, even if someone that you're dealing with is being cruel, despotic, controlling others, that they're just making a mistake and you don't have to play along. If it is you, here's what they're telling me, and we'll see this probably bear out in the rest of the reading, we will see, that, okay, let those feelings come up within you, but love them. Don't act on them. The tyranny, the despotism of our wounds, our pain, our unfinished business, not just within ourselves, but in the collective. We are seeing despotism on the planet politically anyway. So if we're all one, what can we do about that, right? We need to deal with the despotic, cruel voices within ourselves, probably around solar plexus, right? That's probably where you're going to feel it. That's where the deadly sin of entitlement stands. That's why you call upon the grace of understanding. Go read my book, Words of Grace, or Caroline Myss's Defy Gravity. If it's really in the heart, the deadly sin of wrath, then we're looking at the grace of fortitude. So yeah, my book, Caroline Myss, but that there's luck here for you. That if you can really recognize the eternal force within yourself or others, there is a lucky shift that happens here that can undo the mistake of the shadow god. Oh, fuck my pussy with a rake, mom. That's a lot. Thank you, Saint Katya of the Zamolochikovas. We need a little levity. Breathe. We're going to ask the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. 3 cards, face down. Past, present, future, where you've been on the path, where you are on the path, where you're going on the path relative to when you're watching the reading. Cool, cool. Please breathe. And don't worry, I will get the twin flames and the soulmates and the new moon to full moon out, whatever else the guides want me to do. I'll catch up. I will catch up. It's the holidays. Not a lot of people are going to be watching readings, I have a feeling, but that's okay. I'm a Virgo. I'll crank this shit out well. I always do. I only started, actually, in June doing the readings. I've had my channel for years. All of it's spiritual teaching on there, pretty much. But it's kind of fun to be doing this. New career, YouTuber. Who knew her? Who knew her, YouTuber? Here we go. Please, my goddesses, 1 card in clarity for this Aries collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. Where have they been on the path of true love? 1 card down. Where are they now on the path of true love? This one. Where are they headed on the path of true love? I mean, really, considering that God archetype. We've got past, present, and future face down on the table. Once they're down, we will be clarifying with 1 card each from the Mythic Tarot. The Daughters of the Moon, voices of the goddess, the voice of the god, inner, outer, divine masculine, divine feminine, whatever you want to call it. Where have you been according to the goddesses? Well, interesting, 9 of Blades. So a lot of intense focus. Criticism is the name of the card, but keep in mind criticism itself is a neutral word, like critical care. Right, like critical care unit. If you're in one, you need to fucking be there, and they are watching every heartbeat, right? Everything is being monitored to what? The detail. Now, traditionally, this card in the Rider-Waite Tarot, if you know these videos, if you know the Tarot, it's the 9 of Blades, the 9 of Swords, right? It's a right in bed with the zodiac bedspread, right? Sometimes it can absolutely mean revelation in the middle of the night. I have had it play out that way. But you would know in the past, this is probably about overthinking, probably feeling trapped in your thoughts, right? That endless spin. And if it is about self-blame, right, all the arrows are pointed inwards here. So again, microscopic focus can be neutral. We'll see what the clarifying card is for sure. And we should feel a shift of energy from past to present anyway. That's what timelines are for. But to get... certainly could be overthinking, right? Sleepless nights, that sort of thing. Where are you now on the path? Well, we go to the 4 of Blades, which in this deck is deception, which is hopefully about revealing deception, usually how we deceive ourselves. And, you know, there's something to be said that we can only deceive ourselves. But if we're not tuned in to our own intuitive gut on stuff, like if we're not really listening to how we feel about things, and that's ongoing. Nobody nails it day one. Even myself, I can be lied to. Apparently, I just was lied to quite a bit by a number of different people, because people are afraid of me, which I don't get, but I get. You know, people are always on their best behavior in front of me, and there's shadow behavior going on. But you have to admit that's also the part we're in on the planet, right? There's a lot of that stuff coming out of the woodwork. So this is about where do you have your own blindfolds are. I know it looks like the Two of Blades, but if you look under the seat she's sitting on, there are two crossed swords underneath her, right? With, I wouldn't say troubled water in the background like we sometimes see in the Two of Blades, like ripples, but definitely there's some, not so much analysis, which is the two, but that thing of, am I being deceived? Am I deceiving myself? Where do I have my blinders on? What am I not seeing? Which is a big question. What am I not getting? What am I not seeing, right? What comes of that? Where are you headed? Interestingly enough, now we've got the Leo card. Now, whether this represents an actual Leo person or not, we'll see. You'll know. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, who cares, whatever. But it is about fifth house. Fifth house, here, Chantico, what she does is she's baking bread, right? Fixed fire, applied fire, transformation over a fixed period of time, right? Don't take it out too soon. It's raw dough, right? Or mushy, too mushy on the inside, raw on the inside. Leave it in too long, burnt, right? So it's all about a fixed amount of time. Now, fifth house itself is about creativity and good fortune, right? I love me some good fifth house energy. Can be very pleasurable, usually is very pleasurable, very feline, of course, being Leo. My last name is Lyons. I am Leo rising, so I know fifth house energy pretty clearly. However, do keep in mind that whether this is someone looking at the cards that will clarify, they are definitely here to assist, is my feeling, that you will not be going through this alone. That someone or something very fifth house oriented, that you will get the opportunity to just kind of like transform at a steady pace. Things will be revealed to you, and it feels like you're going to get a break. And with the holidays afoot, I really hope that is true. But that could be January too, who knows? Let's have a look. Let's clarify. My gods, please clarify. This Nine of Blades for this Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Where have they been on the path of true love? The goddesses say Nine of Blades. What say you? The card of strength. So this may not have been so much of the overthinking, so much as it might have been focusing on courage, focusing on emotional healing, really down to the detail, focusing on being brave. Now look, since we've got the card of deception going on here, it's really important people understand things. Liars don't heal, because liars can't heal, right? Whether you're lying to yourself, lying to somebody else, deceiving. What is shadow behavior? Stuff you don't want anyone to know about. You wouldn't want it broadcast all over the internet and every television network, right? You don't want anybody to know about it. You keep it hidden. You're as sick as your secrets, right? So with that card of the god there, it's just a mistake. It's a mistake, a thought, right? So in the recent past here, there might have been an opportunity that you overthought that was all about being brave, courageous. And where has it brought you to? This Four of Blades. Now look, Four of Blades, I love the Four of Blades in the Rider-Waite Tarot. It's meditation. His hands are like this. He ain't dead, right? The three swords above, the one below. It's like going within. So that's what's, I would roll with that here. I would go with that card, even though there is a card of meditation in this deck. Really, really feeling here, this is about close your outside eyes, open your inside eyes. It is still an air card, particularly if you had to sort of bravely walk away from something, right? To really focus. It's like, I have to figure out what the fuck is going on inside of me. Where sometimes people can take that in a very abusive, cruel way to themselves, which is saying, why did I manifest that? Why did I manifest that? That's not the question. This idea of mirroring, that if we're just going to stick with deception for a second, that if somebody has deceived us, that it must mean we are deceivers as well. That's not always the case. That's rarely the case. In my case, what it is, because honesty is so important to me, because I've been deceived and lied to since I was a child. I think really we all have been. It's not below that, out of proportion. But as a result, I had a parent who was a compulsive liar. My dad, he couldn't stop it. He was a total shadow storyteller. And of course that mirrored throughout different relationships with men throughout my life. So you know, it's not that I'm a deceiver. I am wicked fucking honest. But boy, do I have judgments about people who lie, right? So it's what's called a mirror of judgment. Or sometimes it's to really teach you that it's not personal. People don't lie because of you. They don't deceive because of you. It's their own pain that they're not even aware of. Right? So when you get that, if you are deceiving yourself, if you're being cruel, if you're being a despot, if someone else is, then they're in excruciating pain that they don't even know about, and they don't know what to do about it. So what do? Lash out. Oh, I've been saying to my students for decades, if you have a lovely, sweet little puppy and every day you come home from work, it's jumping at you and kissing you and loving you, normal activity for a dog, right? And one day you come home and it's in the corner fucking growling and snapping, you're not like, oh, my dog's possessed. It's like, oh honey, what's wrong? We instinctively know that an animal is in pain when they act that way, when we know them as their true loving selves. So remember, people do the same fucking thing. So whether that's you or someone else, we're going to ask the gods now to really look at what it is. You know, what is that Four of Blades? My gods, please clarify. Breathe. For this Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, please, where are they on the path of true love? All right, Ace of Pentacles. What you may not be seeing here is there's a new opportunity here for you, that there is a new beginning. So if you can get that a mistake was made and that you're wicked fucking lucky, if you can really be compassionate with yourself, and as you are being compassionate with yourself, you are being compassionate with all involved. What's the key to compassion? Hey, it's all a learning curve. Everybody's doing the best that they can. Everybody is fighting a hard battle. Be kind. Be compassionate. Compassionate is often holding a vision for yourself and or others that they can't hold for themselves at that moment, right? So hold a vision that there is a new opportunity. There is an Ace of Pentacles here. There is a new start. There is a new beginning here that I may not be seeing. And sometimes it does take immense courage and strength when the mind is in critical mode. I mean, being critical, nitpicky, negative to that point, or over-focused on detail, that we miss the forest for the trees. Yeah, can be. Let's clarify this Leo card. Now, if another court card comes up on top of this, I'm going to pretty much say that this is a person. But let's see. Fifth house Leo energy can be anything. Mother of Flames here. So, my gods, please clarify this Leo card for this Aries collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for December-ish 2019 in terms of the future. Where are they headed on the path of true love, please? My gods. All right. Six of Cups. I'll hold it up. Six of Cups. Totally a card of emotional harmony, but also nostalgia, right? Sort of dreaming of the past, and which means that your creativity is involved here. So yeah, you can look to the past for moments that felt a certain way, right? That's nostalgia. It is a water card, so feelings and emotions indicated here. That will kind of pre-pave the way. It's called indirect manifestation. I'm all down for like law of attraction and stuff. I loved Abraham Hicks, and you know, the idea of calling the secret a secret. It wasn't a fucking secret. You just didn't read the right books. You knew about all that shit going on back from the Theosophical movement, right? The emerald tablets and all that. That aside, indirect manifestation is really using your creativity to imagine what it is that you want, even if it's referring back to the past, like, oh, remember when, oh, that felt so good, to identify the emotion, the feeling, give it an adjective. Oh, that feels delicious, that feels empowering, that feels sweet, that feels harmonious, that feels compassionate, right? And the more you do that, not that you have to feel that way 24/7, that is bullshit. It is just as important to feel the emotions that rise within you, the frustration, the boredom, right? The anger, the rage, the jealousy, whatever comes up. That's the healing of the child. Absolutely necessary that we do that. But at the same time, the more we can feel those feelings, the universe, the soul communicates to the universe, we want to feel more of this good stuff. We want to feel more of that satisfaction, that warmth, that creativity, that compassion, that open-heartedness, that innocence. We want to feel more of that. And then the universe gives you more and more opportunities to feel that, even if it doesn't immediately deliver the circumstances and the scenario that comes. But that's why I even say, it's if you read the the intro to my book, Spell Ingredients, my spells always work, but never the way I expect them to, because that's how it is. Quantum timelines, that's not in our control. We have free will, not control. Free will is how we want to react or respond to something. Control, we just don't have, right? We're not on this level of the game. That's all higher self stuff, right? So lots of creativity about the emotions here. So this may be something more internal, sort of more in the oven than expressive, as Leo usually is, although you're in Aries. So just really keep an eye. You know, we are in the holiday season, full force now. So to really take the time to rest, to allow your nervous system to express what needs to be expressed, as the garbage truck outside of my home, because there's a dumpster outside. It's going to make its loud, clunky noises. I really hope you don't hear it too much. They never come at the same time every day. Yesterday they were here at 2 o'clock. Here it comes. You ready for the big bang? Not too bad. It's usually the landing. There we go. My boys are playing on the... What? All of a sudden, my home, Elysia, named after the Elysian Fields, the spa section of the underworld, it's all gotten sort of active. Alright, you're going to hear the boop boop as they back up. Bye-bye, Mr. Garbage Man. Thank you for taking it away, like the exhale. Please breathe. Yeah, I could edit this out, but it's okay. Breathe. Breathe with me, my Aries. Sun and rising Venus sign. As I ask my angels, please, one card in clarity. For this Aries collective, Sun, Moon, rising Venus sign on the path of true love for December-ish 2019. Please, one card in clarity. We've got all of this symbolism and detail and archetypes on the table. Please, a card of your celestial clarity. A broad stroke, an overview. Please, my angels, one card in clarity for this Aries collective on the path of true love. Emerging, all right? So I think that really does refer to this Ace of Pentacles that you might not be aware of, that there is something new emerging out of the alchemy of this God archetype. Now, I've been teaching all forms of the divine for decades now, and really when you ask what is the verb of God, like if God is a thing, a race, a type of people, a type of being, what is the verb of a God? And I think in an archetype that's a valid question. Well, some people will say to love, yeah, but really Gods create. That's what they do. So you put that in tandem with that Leo energy to say something is emerging, but it may be in the oven. It may be something that you're not aware of, but here in this present moment with that card of deception, you have a new beginning. You have a new start. What I'm really hearing here is let that emerge, but in the meantime, until you get to that Leo place a little bit more constructively feeling the emotions and the indirect manifestation, totally about creativity, to really be aware of whatever is emerging from within you. It's like life may have beaten the crap out of you, hence needing this card of strength in the past. And it's okay to feel that way. We're all going through that. But life is doing all of this to transform you into who you incarnated to be in this life. And it's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. It's a hero's journey. And if you really want to become more loving, if you want more love in your life, you've got to become more loving, which means what? Chipping away the excess marble. And life will do that. It's just you get to choose how much you want to go with or against that. That's the free will. That's what we have. So with that card of emerging, just be aware that there is this innocence, there is this renewal after perhaps some erosion and destruction, right, coming for you. Let's get those out of the way. Let's ask the higher selves of all involved with, that was the Doreen Virtue Healing with the Angels Oracle. This is the Whispers of Love Oracle, which I love. Please breathe. Nope. Not until I say the spell. Not until I make the request, please. That's how we work here at Drawing the Circle. Oh, higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity for this Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love. December-ish 2019, but timeless for wherever they're watching it. Please, one card in clarity. A message from the higher selves here for this Aries collective. Take a chance on love. Take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. And the word that stuck there was when we start to love, that there is an opportunity. So what if you have indeed deceived yourself? Because that's really talking about the now, right? That's something that you can do now. Well, okay. Well, I'm going to love the one who was deceived. I'm going to love the one who has deceived. Don't know how to do that, but I'm willing, right? Put your hand on your heart, because we've all been deceived. And, you know, here's the thing. If we're already under a deception and we pass it along, yeah, we're in a chain of deception, usually a chain of pain, but we didn't know. That's why I think that compassion card, the unity of all, the eternal within all souls, the truth of who we are, knows clear well we've never done anything wrong. It's all scripted. It's all part of the divine plan to make us grow, heal, and learn. Everything that happens, all that rises, inner or outer, is here to help us grow, learn, evolve, become more loving, the best that we can be on a soul level. The ego and the personality are not supposed to like it all the time, because the ego and the personality do not always get what they want. But the soul always gets what it needs. So look at the difference between a desire, an ego, personality desire, which is fine. You're free to desire and want whatever you want, but the soul is always going to get what it needs, because that's what life on planet Earth is about. That's why we incarnate. We're souls that come into form, not to satisfy the form, to give the soul what it needs to expand and grow, to become true love in physical form. It's not the easiest thing in the world. If it was, we would have done it thousands of years ago. We are going to finish this puppy up, Take a Chance on Love, with a Journey of Love Oracle card. I love it. I'm just going to read it straight from the book. My job is to get the card out clearly, right, through the divinatory process. We started with the collective pantheons, we end with the collective pantheons, and just what's written in here is, it usually just ties the whole thing up so brilliantly. So please breathe with me, my Aries. My collective pantheons, please, one card in clarity, a Journey of Love card for this Aries collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love. December-ish 2019, though also timeless for whoever is watching this whenever they watch it. Please give us a piece of clarity of where they are on the path of true love. The bride offers herself. I think we've had this one before and another one. Card number 43. The bride offers herself. Now, definitely an indication of divine feminine energy there. Let's read the book. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this one came up in a previous reading. I've been using this for a little over a month. 43. Here we go. The bride offers herself. There is a sacred offering taking place, an offering of the divine feminine. She is offering herself to the mystery unfolding, the emerging card. This may manifest in a physical way, in that a woman of great feminine wisdom is offering herself to you in friendship, love, spiritual companionship, or service in some way. This may manifest in a spiritual gift from the Divine Mother in the form of a life circumstance or situation. Sorry, wrong card. Ace of Pentacles is what I was reaching for there, right? Whether it is immediately recognized as a gift or not, right? So it's like the card of deception. You might not even see it as where you are right now is an actual gift from the Divine Mother. To accept this offering as a bridegroom accepting his bride with love, reverence, and respect will bring good fortune. Which means if you're not seeing it, or if you see it and it's like, this fucking sucks, you can honor it, you can respect it and say, okay, somehow this is part of the divine plan. The Divine Mother, the Great Goddess, even though I'm in the God mode here, which would make sense, you're getting something from the Divine Feminine if you're mostly Divine Masculine in this Path of True Love story here, to say, all right, I don't have to like it, I just have to acknowledge that somehow, maybe I'll see it, in retrospect, maybe I will look back and go, oh my God, what a gift that was. Now, the benefit of knowing that now is then you can take a chance on love. Right now, you can say, you know what? I don't have to like it, but I'm going to love myself through this. I'm going to nurture that child inside of my heart that doesn't get it, that's railing and tantruming. Come on, you're an Aries. You're not known for your calm, cool demeanor, right? Not at first. Eventually, you get there once that child is taken care of, right? To accept this offering as a bridegroom accepting his bride with love, reverence, and respect will bring good fortune. Will bring good fortune. And I think that's why this Ace of Pentacles is just right in the center of the spread here. This oracle offers you a message. Accept what is being offered now, whether through challenge or an easing of the way forward. There is a gift of grace from the Divine Feminine reaching for you now. Allow her in and be blessed. This oracle also heralds a time of importance in relationship. You have been revealing yourself and not being afraid of who and what you are, sharing yourself. Yeah, there's that card of strength and bravery. Come on, jump in my hand, right? Sharing yourself in willingness to connect. Your vulnerability and beauty is acknowledged and will attract the response you need at the perfect time and in the perfect way. Every bride shall have her bridegroom. Blessed be. Breathe. Here's the poem. How careful we must be close. How careful we must be close. How fragile we must feel. How sad not to be when someone is real. To say approach within caution when we already know that inside there's a likeness and experience goes slow. That this is a slow and steady wins the race thing. It's going to take passion. It's going to take compassion. Otherwise, the tendency for despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. This is not a control situation. This is a free will situation. How do you want to do this? Do you want to be rather benevolent and compassionate? Let's give you the overview. I'll pop up the picture, but please, for the last time for this series, at least say it with me. Magic clap. We start with the God archetype for my Aries. In the shadow, despotism and cruelty, using power to control people, connected to a mistake, right? That it is a mistake. So don't be cruel to yourself or anybody else. This is just a mistake, and a mistake can be corrected. In the light attribute, benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others, and connected with that is the card of luck. So you have a lucky piece there, my Aries collective, to really see things from the eternal place that connects us all. More than connects us all, is the core of who we are. A real high, divine, mystical experience there that sort of you stumble upon if you are willing to experience that. And I think that really shows up in that card of deception. It's like it's in your energy field, but you have to kind of close your eyes and go within to see, right? In the past here, we've got that Nine of Blades, that criticism with the card of strength, that maybe you have had to endure a lot of overthinking, a lot of mental stress, a lot of staying up at nights on the path of true love, dealing with perhaps this thing emerging that just feels so horrible. Maybe you have been dealing with a despot, some cruelty, a shadow god figure in your life, but that to really, in the present moment, close your eyes, go within, find the deception within yourself, whether you have deceived yourself, maybe you thought something of them that was not there, but with that Ace of Pentacles, you're going to find that this is a brand new gift, really, even looking at that, the bride offers herself, and right under the card of the Ace of Pentacles, we've got take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. Start to love yourself. Start to love the one that was deceived, the one who did not see, the one who is willing to see. Whatever rises within you, love that child of your heart, because really your heart chakra is your inner child. It's just the truth. It's the best definition of inner child that I've come across in all of these 30 plus years of doing this work. In the future here, we've got that Mother of Flames, the Leo card, Chantico. Definitely a card of creativity, but a fixed fire, right? That it takes time. This is going to take time. That's something worth having, not just worth waiting for. It's just, do you want cake or do you want hot batter, right? Do you want to leave it too long, because then you won't have cake, you will have burnt, right? So a certain amount of perfect timing here. And with that card of Six of Cups, to really look back or even look forward, reminisce, conjure the feelings of how it is that you really want to feel, perhaps by thinking of past circumstances. If you were deceived, maybe focus on use the fantasy, right? Use the fantasy that you had. Well, how did I really want this to work out? How did I really want to feel? Allow yourself to feel those feelings. Your soul will communicate gradually to the universe more situations that help us feel this way, please. And eventually you will experience more and more and more of that emotion in your life. And does it matter if you get what you want, if you're feeling the feelings of it? If it's satisfaction, if it's warmth, if it's compassion, if it's benevolence, if it's everything working out for you and everyone else. And do keep in mind here with the card of emerging that there's something here you don't see that is in process that will emerge, that to take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. Even if it's just silently blessing people, that is an act of love. May this tyrant within me be blessed. May this tyrant without me, meaning the ones outside of me, be blessed. May we all be blessed with compassion. May we all be blessed with benevolence. That as you take that chance on love. And in Aries, that's such powerful cardinal fire to send blessings even silently that way. I mean, add a crystal, candle, herb, whatever you want to do. But with that final card of the bride offers herself, there is a gift here. There is an offering either through a relationship itself or the divine feminine really giving you an experience and a gift that you've been wanting to put yourself out there. You've found your courage and your bravery, but this new opportunity that you may not be aware of, right? Go within, go within, go within, but it may take time for it to manifest. At all, but it will because of that emerging card. But also with that, you can even Google the word indirect manifestation. Very, very helpful. Cool. The bride offers herself, my Aries. So there we have it. My Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Aries collective, God archetype. A good read, a tricky read, but good to know, right? You've got some GPS coordinates here so you can navigate wisely and well. Do keep in mind I am available for readings. I'm probably going away for a few days, but I always take my tech with me because muggles work from sun to sun. Witches' work is never done, and I'm glad to do it. If I go to Saratoga or not, you'll probably know. I will be filming, taping from Saratoga, visiting family. But for now, I'm still on Long Island, still available. Oh, I'm going to be doing readings out of Center Marich's Yogaholic. We'll be doing that in January, doing a tarot party there. So go check out Yogaholic, Center Marich's on Facebook. Check out their website. Support them. I'm glad to be working with Diane, the owner. She's a hoot. She's a Taurus. I'm a Virgo. I have a feeling we're going to do some really amazing stuff there. Starting with a tarot party with me, open reads. Just going to sit in the middle of a room and just read the room. It's going to be a read filth. It's going to be a lot of fun. Plus, alcohol will be served, but not from me. Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please do like and subscribe if you liked, if it resonated, and even if it didn't, subscribe. Help me get to my 1,000 mark, my name, so that I can do some super live chat, and then we'll see what the next goal is. Cool. I love you all so very much. May the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need on the path of true love for December-ish 2019 and beyond and timeless. That they may grow, heal, learn, become the best that they can be, and fulfill their role in the divine plan by being the true love they truly are. And so it is. I love you all so much. But for now, hail, farewell, and blessed be.